Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. We're watching Millenium versus Nilfgaard today, just to have a quick look at the gear currently that they're running. 7-2, running some pretty baller gear, 1200 iron power on each person, running some decent masteries as well. And on the opposite side, running 1200, 8-2 here on the carrying cooler. Some major gear, 1250 iron power is kind of the basics. So we've got crossbow, carrion, clarent, druid and curse for the Millenium side. Spliff taking a lot of damage immediately, counterpoke from Ramirez. On the Nilfgaard side we have the glaive, the crossbow, the great nature staff, the great holy staff and the carrion. So running a 2 healer comp on Nilfgaard here. We see Morns pushing in straight away, trying to get onto Virik at the back line, doing a little bit of damage, but Morns has already had to pop 2 defensives. That's taking a lot of damage, has to fall back and taking so much damage. Ramirez actually falling really low, and on that demonic, the great nature coming out to try and keep him up though, he still may fall, taking a lot of damage. Skylast putting so much pressure. Nilfgaard backliners have had to fall back and regroup. Morn's taking a lot of damage still, seems to be the target of choice. A huge armor pierce onto Nilfgaard there. Virik taking a little bit of damage, having to fall back down the choke. Heighten just can't seem to get damage done. He's taking so much damage. Morn's still under huge pressure, trying to get out. The noise arrays onto Virik. That was a great snipe by Spliff, just sitting here and being able to poke onto this choke at the moment. Huge armor pierce onto the Nilfgaard guys. Skylast goes in for a huge mighty swing. Virik has had to fall back. Heighten's taking so much damage. Ramirez is in a great position right now. Skylast takes so much damage in return, having to fall back up the choke. There's a good zoning demonic to stop any counter push onto the Millenium squad there. Hazak trying to get that cap right now, just to lock down for just to lock down the caps for Millenium. Obviously they have only got 1 cap at the moment. Morn's taking a lot of damage, having to use them royal plate boots just to survive. Falls back away from the fight. The seed does pop, looks like he's going to be fine, but Kalen is completely out of mana. Looks like there is a druid cowl on Millenium, but it hasn't quite come down there. Here we go, and they go for a full reset on both sides. Really close fight. So many people taking damage. Nilfgaard taking a lot more bursty damage than I was kind of expecting. That was a poison potion thrown onto Skylast there that just seemed to do nothing. It didn't seem to have any purpose to that whole thing. Spliff's noise erasers have been on point. Ramirez has been trying to get onto the sidelines and poke as well. Both the crossbows positions have been really strong. Again, Nilfgaard are running double healer. That was a great sweep and bolts from Ramirez then. But again, Nilfgaard's running a double healer comp. They should be a lot more survivable than this. It's very surprising to me that they're taking so much damage. Again, I say it every time, Skylast is just being able to run in there and do so much damage. But Nilfgaard are in a great position right now. They've got 2 caps, another 10 seconds. They've guaranteed themselves a second cap. A third 10 points, actually taking Millenium down to 120 points. And Millenium just aren't forcing the issue right now, and they're just allowing Nilfgaard to hold the top of this choke. They kind of have to make something happen. I wonder if they're waiting on cooldown, something like that. There goes the royal plate boots onto Morns. Ramirez goes immediately for the Sundershot. Not really a great target on Morns while he's got them royal plate boots up, though. Walks immediately onto Virik. Ramirez takes a ton of damage as well as the Morgana Raven onto 3 of the backlines of Nilfgaard. Virik takes a ton of damage. The Great Holy Explosions comes out. Morns in a lot of trouble. Great Nature Staff coming onto Virik now. Skylast gets a mighty swing off. Doesn't do too much though, other than Dant, who drops quite low, having to use a couple of defenses. The Druid Cow's already been used. Alex takes so much damage. Morns is falling apart. He gets flung into the backline. He could go down here. He's so low. The Holy Explosions to keep him in the corner. The Armor Pierce coming out onto Nilfgaard. That was great play, but Morns does go down. Skylast trying to do as much damage as they could there, but looks like he isn't going to be able to capitalize on it. So much damage there, and Nilfgaard just had to survive. They knew that they could out-survive that situation. Great play from these guys. So, Nilfgaard running an interesting comp with the double healer. They've got the Holy Explosions as well as the Great Nature. Basically, one target being focused, you're just never going to get that kill. They have ability to zone, they have a defensive that just makes it ridiculously hard to lock down. Nilfgaard obviously still holding the 2 caps. Virik actually went down to get that cap. A bit greedy there. They don't need the 3 cap. He did manage to get it, but look at the damage he's just taken for it. He actually dropped to 40% health then. That's a huge amount of health to lose for no real reason. Ramirez has gone to the top. It looks like it's a 4v4 right now. It is. It's a 4v4, so Ramirez is fighting up top against... I actually thought it was Spliff, but no, Spliff is still here. Nilfgaard are going to be able to lock down this point. and go for potentially another 3 cap. Nilfgaard just playing really well around these points right now. Hayton takes a lot of damage. The Morgana Raven coming out. Ramirez tries to get sweeping bolts. The sweeping bolts in return from Spliff. That's so much damage. But again, we see that Holy Explosions for the full reset. The Druid Cow's coming down. That's the healers are going to have tons of mana. Virik takes so much damage though. He's falling apart, having to Assassin Boots away. Skylast going in. Virik takes that great nature health armor though, and he takes so much healing off. That Skylast is falling quite low, taking a little bit of pressure. Alex Tick's trying to do what he can right now. The Morgana Raven onto Millenium. Morn's taking so much damage again. Still the target. Weeping Bolt, trade over there, doing so much damage to both teams. Ramirez is doing a lot of damage, but Nilfgaard are all set up on the choke, and that was huge. That was a 5-man armor pierce into Skylast's Mighty Swing. That was so much pressure for Nilfgaard to deal with, and Millenium just need to force this issue right now. The double Druid Cows as well as the Holy Explosions. That's full reset. The Demonic coming out. That's actually great play from Millenium to shut down that Holy Explosions reset in terms of healing. Ramirez trying to do as much damage as he can. Skylast takes so much. He is falling apart, having to Hellion Hood. He actually Hellion Hooded his own team just to try and survive there. It was the right call, but it was definitely a risky one. The sticky potion's coming out. Of course, not sticky. It's not a choke point if there's no sticky on it. The Forest of Spears coming out. They're really trying to do what they can right now. Morns takes a poison pot, but then Royal Plate Boots looks like he's going to get out. No, he gets flinged back, and he's in a really bad spot now. The Royal Plate Boots are about to run out. Is he going to go down? He is so close. Looks like he is going to escape. And Nilfgaard are just dominant in this. They're getting them full resets. The double healer comp means it's so hard to lock someone down. I mean, they took a 5-man armor pierce and a Mighty Swing then, and still didn't drop just because them full resets. The double Druid Cows are very necessary with 2 healers, and obviously they're not running a tank, and they're really quite frontline, obviously heavy, having the Carrion and Glaive as well, so real good mix onto the Nilfgaard team. I do really like this. Millennium's team, I actually really like Millennium's team as well. They've got that sort of leather curse that can play bruiser-ish. The Carrion Caller, who looks like he's just getting punished every time. Spliff is actually running a Demon Helmet, which means he can run the Sunder Shot. Wait, actually, is he running Sunder Shot? Let's have a look, shall we? He's running, yeah, he is running the Sunder Shot. So, pretty interesting that he's running the Demon Helmet as well. But just doing as much damage as he can in total. It looks like Ramirez actually went to go and stop backcaps there. It's pretty smart move just to try and be aware of it. They've got such a big advantage right now that they don't need to capitalize on anything. Morns tries pushing up the choke with the Royal Plate Boots, instantly takes a poison potion. Sweeping bolts coming onto the choke. Ramirez does a ton of damage, and Morns has already blown all of his cooldowns. Alex Tick's getting swapped on, taking a lot of damage, and Skylash just falls apart, having the Hellion Curd come down. The Demonic comes down, but it looks like it's not going to do too much damage, and Skylash could still fall with that hugely expensive set. He got so low. The Royal Plate Boots as well as the Seed does just save him in time. Callan's taking so much damage as well, actually. Morns is trying to keep himself up and put pressure, but still taking so much pressure from Ramirez. Ramirez actually might drop him here. Alex Tix does get topped off, and this Nilfgaard team is just so hard to capitalize on. You're just not able to. I do apologize, that was actually my phone. Alex Tix taking so much damage, but Nilfgaard team is just so hard to lock down and capitalize on. They really aren't able to lock a kill down on the Millennium squad here. They're trying to push up this choke, but sitting around on this choke just means that Alex Tix and Hayton are going to be able to poke. Skylass does go in, he builds some stacks with the Royal Plate Boots and then goes in and does damage. Virik takes a lot of damage. The Demonic too late to stop the Holy Explosions. Reset there. Alex Tix taking so much damage. They're all spread out right now and the load of damage is being split. Virik's very low on mana and actually got zoned away from that Druid Cow. He may go down here. He's very low. Skylass does go down with another Mighty Swing. Ramirez taking so much pressure. Morn's still taking pressure from the Millennium squad as well. Does get flinged, but looks like it's not going to lead into anything else. Ramirez gets the Great Nature living armor and he's going to be okay. Skylash trying to put pressure. If he gets a Mighty Swing off now though, he's going to do so much damage. The Demonic coming down, that was great play. Good counter play there. Skylash gets a 4-man Mighty Swing. They could finish someone here. Morns does kill Hayton, and this is potentially, is this the undoing of Nilfgaard? They obviously, once you get past that first set, it gets really hard to typically most people bring obviously the one big set, and then the second sets are a little worse in terms of item power or level, but that was so much damage that he took there, and very good split focus from Millennium as well. Made it harder to top people up. Let's go see what Millennium are up to right now, shall we? So Morn seems to be the target of focus for the Millennium squad right now. He's taking a lot of damage. He's dealing with it very well, though. I have to give him credit in terms of that regard. Skylass seems to be swapped onto, but he is obviously Cloth Claren. He's in and out, and that's kind of the playstyle that he's adopted with that. He goes in, does a lot of damage with them Royal Plate Boots, making him super tanky. Then he goes back out and just builds stacks on the tank. Spliff actually takes so much damage, nearly getting dropped there. Wow, that was the sweeping bolts as well as Sunder Armor. That was huge damage. Millenium with 36 points right now and 2 caps. The instant poison potion onto Morns. He does block and Inferno Shield just to try and get away. The Royal Plate Boots as well. Morns has burned everything very, very quickly there. Alex Tick's getting that Great Nature Armor just to survive. Hayton is taking a little bit of poke, but looks like he's going to be okay. Morns is just having to run around right now just to try and survive. He isn't able to get locked down. And Dant taking so much damage. He puts that Great Nature onto Ramirez, and that's not going to help him. The Holy Explosion is actually keeping him up, while Hexek goes down. There was a lot of damage coming from the frontliners of Nilfgaard there, while the backliners, Cad played defensive. Morns is still trying to put pressure onto Hayton. The sticky potion's coming down. They realise this is a lost fight, and they try to escape now. Looks like the cap's going to go over. Is it going to go over in time? It doesn't look like it will, and Millenium could still interrupt right now. Skylash just walks in, gets flung away, but does get the interrupt. Morns gets the counter interrupt with the Morgana Raven, and they hold for another 10 points. Millenium are still really trying to get into this fight, and Nilfgaard are all really low, and Hexek has got back into the fight. The Great Nature onto Hayton. They really don't want to be focusing right now. He has layered his defensives with the Inferno Shield as well, though. Ramirez takes so much damage. They were all stuck up for that Mighty Swing. That was a ton right there. Morns is very, very low, but having to use them Royal Plate Boots. Hayton takes a lot of damage. Is he going to go down? Potentially. Oh wow, the sweeping bolts comes out. He's still so low. He isn't able to get topped off here. Even with 2 healers, Varric is on literally 0 mana. Hayton goes down, and Hexek goes down again. Alex Tick's trying to pressure Kalen, but looks like he's out of position right now. He could go down as well. The Inferno Shield comes out, trying to keep him alive. Skylass actually solo pressuring the backliners of Nilfgaard. Helly and Hood come down to stop the healing. Varric goes down. The sweeping bolts come down to try and secure some kills, but it looks like he got blocked. Ramirez goes down, and this could be the comeback of Millenium. Great GvG so far. He's very, very close. No fight has been completely dominant by one team. We saw Nilfgaard just play basically just a turtle comp. They were really trying to keep themselves topped off, keep themselves alive, and not really put too much pressure onto themselves by just having the double druid cows. They can out-sustain their opponents. Morns picked up so much loot that he's actually super overburdened, so we're going to just wait for him to take that stroll back to town. He looks like he swapped a courier on his boots, and let's go see what gear Nilfgaard is now running. Bear in mind, Millenium is now a bit split up. It looks like it's 7-1 now, a little bit of a gear drop, sort of 40 to 50 item power, huge item power drop on Haitian actually. Looks like Dant hasn't actually died yet, so still running that big baller gear. But let's see what Nilfgaard can do to get back into this fight. That's a 3 cap for Millenium. Looks like Nilfgaard will take 1, so just to stem the bleeding, so to speak. But Spliff is just sitting on this choke point, poking away, just doing what he does. Crossbows are a nightmare to try and push up a choke right now, because they just do so much damage. Hayton trying to get some pokes off onto Skylass. The 10 points do go in advantage of Millenium, and Morns and Alex Tix do trade on each other. Heals coming out for both. The Morgana Ravens coming down. That's a huge Morgana Ravens from Morns. The Royal Plate Boots coming out, and Haitian. Ramez so low. Skylass was huge with that Mighty Swing then, but Ramez does get the living armor, so he is going to be just fine. Haitian in a lot of trouble. They really need to stop focusing that living armor. He's just healing so much. Hexak focused him for the entire time then. It was just free healing then. Inferno Shield on Haitian, trying to survive while putting all this pressure out. Kalen gets flung back and he is going to go down. Millenium have to escape from this situation. If Nilfgaard are smart, they're going to lock down these points now. They can potentially finish this fight very quickly if they get these points locked down. They're at least going to get the 10-point tick over. They look like they tried to chase for the kills. It wasn't looking likely they were going to lock one down. In my opinion, they should have just gone for the 3 cap and taken the 20 points off Millenium. But still, a very aggressive fight from Nilfgaard. I think this is what they need now. They need to just be a little bit more aggressive, get onto the backliners of Millenium. The whole point of their comp is that they blow someone up very quickly with the damage that they've got. They do get the 3 cap now, but Millenium are on a bit of a timer. They've got 14 points. That's a death and a 2-point tick. And ultimately, we've seen deaths onto both teams. It's not unsurprising. They do actually get the interrupt onto that cap at the bottom. There's 5 members of Millenium here. If they keep stopping this, it could just be over in 30 seconds anyway. They've got 20 seconds to start the cap. It takes 10 seconds to cap. Skylass having already used their Royal Plate Boots, but Millenium weren't topped up. Nilfgaard are going to keep pushing in, and Skylass does loop around to try and get the cap. Potentially 10 seconds to start to start a cap. Otherwise, they just lose. Great play from Nilfgaard just to interrupt these caps. It looks like Skalast is actually on the point in the middle capping right now. If someone can get up to him, then this is just over. Alex Tix needs to get that Morgana Raven going in, but Skalast is going to get the point. He actually opted to go for the kill on Hexac rather than interrupt the caps, but if Hexac goes down, this is over anyway. They just need to kill or another 50 seconds, and this is Nilfgaard's fight right now. Skalast is actually hitting a huge mighty swing onto the backline of Nilfgaard. Looks like it's going to get instantly reset with the Holy Explosions. Karlan in a lot of trouble right now, having to try and heal his way out, and Kite with that Nature Staff playing very, very well, gets flung out of the way, not able to get back to his team, and his team's not come back to help him either. Morns is here, the seed popping on Kaelan, he's so low, and the kill onto Kaelan would finish the GvG, and it is over. Great fight for Nilfgaard, great fight from Millenium. It was very, very close. Millenium almost brought it back, but guys, that is the video. Thank you for watching, and catch you later.